Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana.
Right, good morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Well, just gone 6 really. We're at the Branco camp. We did have a bit of a view of the city or town called Moshi. It is over there, however, all you can see now is a blanket of clouds. So maybe later on, when we get to our next point, we might see some sights later on when the cloud maybe dissipates a little bit. Not quite sure what the weather's going to be like today. We're getting a bit higher up now, so it's a bit easier on the rain because we're above all the clouds, but they do rise up a little bit still, but mainly just mist. Yesterday we had a little bit of snow in the afternoon, but it was fine. It was only like a little bit of sleet, so it didn't really get as wet at all. This is Branco camp once again, and we are walking Branco's wall, which is pretty much that. You can barely see any route or track, but it is there. It's probably not going to be the best one for me because I'm not particularly that good with heights, but it's not a sheer drop, so we should be okay. But there might be a couple of scrambling moments. We're not allowed to use poles today, they'll just get in the way. And it's only a half-day trek. And the reason for that is tonight, being Tuesday night, is our last proper night's sleep. Wednesday we'll be doing a small climb in the morning, spending the rest of the day chilling out, and by about tea time we really need to get some sleep. And why is that? Because that's summit night, so we'll be getting up just before midnight Wednesday night and then making the way to Huru's Peak, hopefully. So yeah, so tonight's the last good night's sleep. Great night's sleep last night, even though I was on a rock and I kept sliding down, but I was that tired, and the acclimatisation we did yesterday meant my breathing was probably really good. No signs of altitude sickness since that little spell I had at lunchtime yesterday, and I did feel really crap, but it's only about half an hour, which is a lot less than everybody else has had, so far I've got off pretty scot-free, but it could all change. We don't walk up this way, that's a hell of a lot steep. The reason why we go up Branco's wall up that side is we get to the top and then we get to Karanga camp. Just over that little ridge you see two little bumps at the top. I think it's on the right, just around the corner really. That's Karanga camp. And then tomorrow we go to Barafu, which is just a little bit further across. You can't see it, but we'll go through that later on once we get there. So for now, right, ladies and gents, we're on Branco wall. You can see it's a bit of a scramble really, especially this little section here. Having to do a little bit of kissing the rock as we come round. There's the dock. This is where I'm feeling it a little bit. Right, just in the distance over there, it's rather dark little valley. You can't quite see it because you dip down. That's Barafu where we're going tomorrow. We've come to Karanga camp. We made it. We had our lunch. Once we had lunch, we decided to do a bit more of a acclimatisation walk. So we've come up a few more 100 metres. Quite a quick ascent from the Karanga camp. And we're just sort of sitting around here now. We've reached the point where we want to be, which is about a third of the way to Barafu. So we're going to have to do it all again tomorrow. But at least it helps the body adjust, start making some red blood cells and get ourselves sorted for, well, you know what. So we're just going to stay up here for a bit, have a drink and go back down to camp. I'll show you camp once we get back down there. It's quite nice, a few people, not as many as yesterday. When we went into the Branco camp, the wall was not too bad, survived it. It was a little bit hair-raising for me at a few moments where we had to cling onto rocks and those sheer drops, but that bit's over with now. I don't have to go back down that way, so the rest is just wandering down valleys once we're finished. So I'll show you. Alright, that's how close she is now. We're back now at Karanga camp. We climbed that hill just up there and a little bit further, we just can't quite see it from here. That was our acclimatisation walk, so we went up a few hundred metres more. This Karanga camp, not as many people. was the other night at the camp, the Barranco camp. Some have obviously gone on Barafu straight away, some of the ones want to do a bit more extreme. Everybody's in now, so there's a few tents going. This is our crowd there, there's the two blue TARDISes, there's our toilets. There's one there that says tourist toilet, however the locals will use that and it wouldn't be pretty. Not that ours are much better probably, but there we go. That's mine and Dave's tent just here coming up in front. Probably got a bit too much sun in there, so I'll turn around. Great day, absolutely great day. No sign of mountain sickness, other than a bit of lack of breath, but that's to be expected. We're very high up, but it's only like running a bit longer on a treadmill. You just get out of breath, you deal with it, slow down, you catch your breath again. No headaches, no nausea. So much fun so far, apart from a little half an hour stint in it yesterday of bad head and feeling a bit not quite myself, almost like having a hangover. I can't really grumble. It was only half an hour. A lot of these guys have had it for days, of having to take anti-nausea injections, tablets, other medication just to get them through, but they're all soldiering on and I've got no doubt that we're all going to make it, in all honesty. So yeah, tomorrow night's the summit night, although we have got to walk up to Barafu, which is, like I said before, we've got a third of the way there. We're going to do it again and carry on going all the way. I'll show you one more time. There she is. That's not quite the peak. It's slightly a bit inward onto the mountain and then it dips down, goes up a little bit more, so it's a little bit higher, but there she is. So this time tomorrow we'll be up well and truly of camp back in Barafu, and we'll all be getting apprehensive, excited, nervous, whatever, about doing the walk. Probably going to be about 13 hours before we get back down to Millennium Camp, so it's going to be a long day through the night. Right, ladies and gents, that's the view from our tent, and this is going to be a really quick video entry. Just had lunch, just run down to about a bath. It's 6 o'clock, we get woken up at 11, dinner at 11:30, well, supper at 11:30, and then we make our way up to the summit, which you can just see in the distance there. It doesn't really look much from here, but we're sort of slightly behind the peak, so when we get round it looks a great deal bigger. 1200 metre ascent, which will get us to the top, and then quickly come back down after about 15 minutes staying there, and we come back down here, which is Barafu. This is Barafu camp. There's plenty of tents here, a few on the other side of there, and yeah, we have a bit of a rest, lunch, and then we go down to the Millennium Camp. So catch you later.
What sort of camp this is, you know, it's quite steep, very rocky. It's not the best conditions to chill out in, but that's its exact purpose, to put us in within striking distance of the summit and that famous sign up there. So how it's going to work this afternoon, guys, is as soon as I finish this briefing, it's just back to your tents, and for me, it's the best idea is to sort your gear out for the summit then, which I'll talk about, and then you can go back to resting. Meet back here at 5:30 for dinner, just normal dinner. When you come back for dinner, bring your water bottles, and the boys can fill them up then. With water, guys, obviously the closest water source, you saw the boys getting it yesterday, not just at Karinga but below Karinga. So there's no washy-washy, there's plenty of water for drinking. So then here at 11:30 with all your gear, if you need some water filled then yeah, the boys can do it, but you know, obviously you might have drunk some between dinner and then, and the boys will fill it up in that sort of half-hour time. We come here as tea, coffee, biscuits. We even had porridge last time, which was a rarity, so you might get porridge again if you're lucky.
Or unlucky.
Once we've had tea, coffee here, you know, everyone's all super nervous and excited at the same time, and go outside, put all our stuff on, and then at midnight Mackie will lead us It's the only time Mackie leads the group, and he'll lead us off. You saw the guys probably coming down up there, and that's the first bit we get to. The first bit is, it's not massively scrambly, but there is some rock, some sort of solid rock faces there, but you know, not vertical at all. But I mean, you sort of might have to steady yourself on them. Obviously, you'll have your headlamp, so it's no bother, and you just follow the person in front of you. And then we're off. We're headed up 1,200 metres to the summit at 5895. So if we leave here at midnight, you know, last week we didn't summit till 9:45. But mostly that was down to the terrible conditions that we had. You know, the worst that I've had, and one of the worst, if not the worst, that Mackie and a lot of the boys had. So that really slowed us down. You know, a lot of people summit at maybe 8:30 sort of thing. That's a fairly common time. Groups will leave before us. You'll see when we're going to leave at midnight. You'll see.
But I carry mine in my down jacket because I've got things like power bars, and if they're in my bag, they're rock hard. I also pre-cut the top off, so because with thick gloves trying to open them is really tricky. So just think about what you've got, how chewy it might be if it's frozen or very cold, and how easy it is to open with thick gloves. The porters will help you, but you might still have your bag before you have a porter with you. So just think about that as well.